Imagine being so rich that the keys to your treasure vaults were too heavy for a group of strong men to carry. Not the gold, not the silver, not the treasure itself, just the keys. This was Qarun, and his story contains one of the most terrifying warnings in the entire Quran. Because Qarun had everything people dream of today: wealth, status, power, influence. Yet in a single moment, he lost it all. Qarun lived among the people of Prophet Musa, peace be upon him. Allah had blessed him with unimaginable wealth. His treasure houses were overflowing. People spoke about his riches everywhere they went. Children grew up hearing stories about him. Men wished they were him. Women wished their families had what he had. He was the person everyone looked at and said, "That's the life I want." But there was a problem. The richer Qarun became, the more arrogant he became. Instead of thanking Allah, he started believing he had created his own success. When people advised him to be humble, they told him, "Do good with what Allah has given you. Don't become arrogant. Don't spread corruption." But Qarun wasn't interested in advice. He looked at his wealth and said, "I earned this because of my own knowledge." In other words, I did this myself. No gratitude, no humility, no recognition of the one who gave him everything. Then came the day that made everyone envy him even more. Qarun came out before the people in all his glory. Imagine it: expensive clothing, servants around him, treasures beyond imagination. Everything about him screamed success. The crowds watched in amazement. Some people couldn't help themselves. They said, "If only we had what Qarun has been given." Sound familiar? Today, people scroll social media and see luxury homes, expensive vacations, designer clothes, and perfect lifestyles. And they think the exact same thing. If only I had that. The people looking at Qarun thought wealth was proof of success, but they were about to learn a lesson they would never forget. Among the crowd were people of knowledge, people who saw beyond money. They warned everyone, "Don't be fooled. The reward of Allah is far better for those who believe and do good." But most people weren't listening. They were too busy staring at Qarun's riches. And then it happened, without warning, without a battle, without an army, without a disease, without an economic collapse. Allah simply commanded the earth, and the ground beneath Qarun began to give way. The earth opened. Qarun panicked. His servants couldn't help him. His guards couldn't help him. His wealth couldn't help him. His treasure couldn't help him. The ground swallowed him. His home, his riches, everything, gone. Imagine the silence. The same people who had envied him just moments earlier stood there in shock. The man they wanted to be had vanished. His wealth had vanished. His power had vanished. His status had vanished. And suddenly, everyone understood. The things they had been chasing weren't worth what they thought. The next day, those who had envied him said, "Had Allah not been merciful to us, we could have been swallowed too." In a single moment, envy turned into gratitude. The story of Qarun isn't telling us that money is evil. Islam never says that. Many righteous Muslims were wealthy. The problem wasn't Qarun's wealth, the problem was his heart. He loved the gift more than the one who gave it. He became so impressed with himself that he forgot Allah. And that's why his story is still relevant today. Because Qarun isn't just a man from the past. His attitude exists in every generation. Every time someone believes their success makes them untouchable. Every time someone thinks they don't need Allah. Every time someone becomes proud because of what they own. The spirit of Qarun lives on. The terrifying part is that Qarun probably woke up that morning believing he had many years ahead of him. He had plans, goals, investments, dreams. He never imagined that by sunset, everything would be gone. Neither do most people. That's why the Quran tells his story. Not so we can learn about a rich man, but so we can learn about ourselves. Because one day, every one of us will leave behind our money, our possessions, our status, and our titles. The only thing that will remain is what we did for Allah. Qarun spent his life collecting treasures, but in the end, the treasure he truly needed was the one thing he never bothered to store: faith. And that's why the richest man in the Quran died as one of the poorest people before Allah.